Paula Davenport. Do you like to fish? Do you like to eat fish? Well, today I'm going to show you how to make a worm bed so you can fish all you want and eat the fish that you catch all day long. First of all, you'll need some supplies. First of all, you'll need a pot, a bag of potting or a potting mix. You can either use 5 or 10 pound bag. You will need a container, a plastic one with a lid. And then you will need a drill to drill holes, a container for some water, and you can either use newspaper and cut it up and shred it in this length, or you can use the shredded paper out of a shredding machine. This to me is a lot easier. And then of course your 2 pounds of worms. First of all, you want to drill holes in the top of your lid like I already have, and this is to allow air to come in. Then you want to put holes in the bottom of your container small enough that the worms will not crawl out. This is for drainage. Then you want to take your container and you want to put it on top of some bricks or some rocks or something to elevate it so it won't be flush on the ground, because you got to allow it for drainage. Then you take your potting soil, you mix it in your container, mix it up real well with your hands. This is a dirty job, you know. Okay. Then you take your shredded paper and you want to take it like so much, put it in there, and you want to ball it up, but you don't want to squeeze out as much water as you can, but not all of it. Just, you don't want to saturate it. Then you want to take it and just sort of spread it apart into the container. And then mix that up. And then you want to do that a couple of times until you have half and half. Mix the water. Mix it up. Pour it in there. Mix it up with your hands again. Do that 2 or 3 times. Mix it all up really well, and if it still seems a little dry, then you can always sprinkle it a little bit of water. Then you add your 2 pounds of worms. Best worms to start a new worm bed with are red wigglers. Red wigglers, they call them red wigglers because they wiggle real fast. And this is the best thing to make red wigglers. You put them in there. 2 pounds. You mix that up really good. There you go. And if it's a little dry, you can still add a little bit more water if you need to. Most important is put the lid on it. Put it back in the shade. The weather ought to be, temperature-wise, should be between 60 and 80. This allows the worms to don't get overheated. You want to let the worms sit for 3 weeks. Do not disturb them. Don't do anything for 3 weeks. What they're doing is that they're eating the paper, making a compost, which we considered a worm bed. At that point, after 3 weeks, you can check and you scroll around through the dirt to see if you have any babies. Worms happen to be bisexual. They are both male and female, and they breed, and they have little eggs of worms. Now, this is really a simple procedure to do. Now I'm going to show you my worm bed that I have. You see? This is my worm bed. And I've got tons of worms in here. And I've got itty bitty little babies. And this has been going on for quite a while. There's a little one. There's a little one. And then I got some itty bitty ones in here. And those help to breed and make my worms. For the winter time, if you cover it with a lot of leaves and some paper or some old potato sack, they will stay through the winter. You don't have to feed them or anything. Let's go fishing.